Hey guys, today I'm going to build a catch-all. Now this is a super simple build that any of you guys could do. You don't even need a workshop. I'm going to build this with a miter saw, a table saw, and a nail gun. Let me show you how I did it. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut down my plywood. Now I'm using a cheap chop saw for this. Now this is the DeWalt brand, which is a pretty expensive brand, but this is only the chop saw. This is the cheapest saw that they have, but you could go even cheaper than this. You could use a 10-inch chop saw. Now a miter saw is really easy to find. It's not too expensive, and I'd highly recommend one. So now let's cut this down. Cut two pieces. I've got this piece of pine, which is about 5 inches wide. So you want to cut two pieces at 12-inch length. Alright, so now I'm going to use the table saw to cut down my pieces. And yes, this is a job site table saw. It's a very crappy one, but that's what I'm going to use to cut these pieces because I'm going cheap. This is the cheapest table saw I could find. It's cost about 70 bucks from Home Depot, and this will get the job done. So if you don't have a dedicated miter saw station, I'd recommend cutting all of these pieces. I'm going to cut 4 at a time on this miter saw. Of course I got to plug it in first. So next I'm going to cut a 1/4-inch thick dado on the ugly side of the piece, and that's what our bottom will slip into, so I'm going to cut that now. So next you'll want to cut the 45-degree pieces on the miter saw. Alright, so now I'm going to cut out the bottom. So the way I'm going to glue this up is to hold it in place because it's a little hard to glue up 45-degree things. I'm going to use some blue tape like this, and then put it down onto my work surface, which in this case is the table saw. Because I'm working outside, I don't have a dedicated work table. So I just want to stick one piece to there. Take your other piece and make sure that it lines up. Stick it to there as well, and that way it will close for a 45-degree joint. Alright. There we go. And now we just glue it up and nail it into place. So now I'm going to glue up the rest, but I'm going to add the bottom in place. Hey guys, so this is a wrap on this build. It turned out really good. And I really like the final product. It looks okay. I could have filled the nail holes with wood filler, but I'm too lazy. But overall, this turned out to be a pretty good project. Now, I did try to do free plans for this, but it just didn't work, free PDF plans. Once it works, I'll put it in the link in the description. I'll put the link in the description when I get that working, and I'll be able to remind you guys of that. But if you have any projects you want to send me, or you need to ask a question to me, you could do that on Instagram. Send me a DM. I am at rpadbuildsthis. I do have Instagram now, so that's a good thing. But I'll see you guys on the next video. So I just put the table saw back inside of the garage, only to reveal this. So that's what happens when you run a tool without dust collection outside while there's wet concrete. Well, not really wet concrete, but concrete that's been rained on, so the sawdust is sticking to it. Oh, I'm gonna try and sweep this up or scrape it or something.